So good afternoon everybody. This is Acharya Vishwendra and today we shall be discussing NCRT line to line question. Topic is radioactive decay. So let's start with the questions. So the question is that spontaneous decay is possible only when. So spontaneous means no external energy is involved over here. So it is only possible when uh, total mass, so some energy will be released in the spontaneous process. So that means in terms of equivalence of mass and energy, since energy will be released, so sum of mass would be less so as to compensate for the released energy. So first is correct over here. Next is in the above question, the difference of mass appears as obviously as the kinetic energy of the products. So first will be the right option here. Next is for the reaction, Q value is, so Q value is mass defect into C square. So this is first is correct over here. Next is for exothermic reactions. So for exothermic reactions, Q is going to be positive. So energy would be released. For endothermic reaction, Q will be negative. So energy will be required to carry out this particular reaction. Next is we are given the following atomic masses. So the energy released during alpha decay. सो ऊपर जो एक्सप्रेशन दिया था वहाँ से अगर आप कैलकुलेट करेंगे सो द फाइनल आंसर वुड बी 4.25 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. नेक्स्ट इज फॉर दिस न्यूक्लियाई इट कैन एमिट अ प्रोटॉन स्पॉन्टेनियसली, कांट एमिट अ प्रोटॉन. तो मान लेते हैं प्रोटॉन एमिट करता है, तो वहाँ से आप क्यू वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करेंगे रिएक्शन का. सो क्यू वैल्यू विल बी नेगेटिव विच शोज दैट इट कांट एमिट अ प्रोटॉन साइमल्टेनियसली. तो सेकंड करेक्ट हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज इफ इट एमिट्स अ प्रोटॉन, क्यू वैल्यू वुड बी, तो क्यू वैल्यू आप कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे एम एक्स माइनस एम वाई माइनस मास ऑफ प्रोटॉन इंटू सी स्क्वायर. तो यहाँ से आप जब कैलकुलेट करेंगे सो द क्यू वैल्यू इज -7.68 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. So it cannot emit the proton spontaneously. Next is during beta decay, a nucleus undergoes. Obviously, it undergoes spontaneous emission. Next is X and Y are. So here atomic number increases by 1. So here X is electron itself and this is antineutrino. So first is correct over here. Now the next is here it is emitted. So X is a proton and with proton neutrino is emitted. So first is correct over here. Next is in radioactive decay, can one predict which nucleus will undergo decay? No. It's just a probabilistic based theory. So we can talk in terms of probability only. Next in the reaction, T half is. So for this reaction, T half is 14.3 days. And for this reaction, T half is 2.6 years. Next is during beta minus decay, so antineutrino is produced. Second आ जाएगा. Next during beta positive decay. So during beta plus decay, neutrino is produced. First is correct. Next, neutrinos have positive charge, negative charge. So these are neutral. So they don't have any charge. Next, they have very small mass. Next, they very weakly interact with other particles. Second is correct. Next is neutrinos are, since they do not interact, so they are very hard to detect. Next is during beta decay. During beta decay, atomic number increases, decreases both. So both are possible depending on beta minus or beta plus. Next is during beta decay, mass number decreases. Nahi, nothing is concerned. So third is correct. Mass number remains the same. Next is the basic property underlying beta minus decays. So during beta minus, electrons are ejected. So first is the nuclear reaction happening. Next, during beta plus, this one is the reaction, second reaction takes place. Next, a free neutron can decay into proton, can't decay into proton because mass of neutron is more than that of proton. So, sorry, neutron can decay because neutron has a mass larger than that of proton. So, it can decay into the proton, ensuring release of energy, whereas the reverse is not possible. So a free neutron can decay. Decay means it is a spontaneous thing. So free proton cannot decay into neutron because its mass is less than that of neutron. Next, decay of proton into neutron is possible. It is possible only inside the nucleus. Greater the binding energy, total mass of the bounded system. सो बाइंडिंग एनर्जी जितना ज़्यादा होगा इसका मतलब बाउंडेड सिस्टम का मास, बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कैन बी रिलेटेड टू द मास डिफेक्ट. सो बाइंडिंग एनर्जी इज डेल्टा एम इंटू सी स्क्वायर. सो अगर ई बी ज़्यादा होगा तो इसका मतलब डेल्टा एम भी ज़्यादा होगा, तो उतना ही कम हो जाएगा मास. फर्स्ट इज करेक्ट ओवर हियर. नेक्स्ट इज इफ अ न्यूक्लियस विद लेस टोटल बाइंडिंग एनर्जी gets transformed into nucleus with more total binding energy, then obviously energy will be emitted because वो जो difference of mass है वो energy की form में appear होगा. Next is when a heavy nucleus decays into intermediate nuclei or lighter nuclei combined together, so energy release होगा. Fission और fusion का concept है. Next is source of energy in combustion is it's an exothermic chemical reaction, तभी energy release हो रहा है. नेक्स्ट इज इन दी अबव क्वेश्चन एनर्जी रिलीज, तो किलो इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट में रिलीज होती है. सो टिपिकली इट इज इन द रेंज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. नेक्स्ट इज इन न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस ऑब्वियसली इट इज इन द रेंज ऑफ मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. नेक्स्ट इज for same quantity of matter a nuclear source produces, obviously it produces about 10 is to power 7 times. So it's approximately 10 is to power 7 times. So here it should be 7 digits here. So second would be correct. Next, fission of 1 kg uranium produces. So it produces about 10 is to power 14 joule of energy. Whereas burning of 1 kg coal produces about 10 is to power 7 joule energy. Next, fission is a natural decay or neutron induced decay. So it is it's a neutron induced decay. Next is X and YR. So barium and krypton है, या one of the possibility is this. So here all these are possible. So fourth will be correct. Next is Z is neutron in the above question. So इसमें all आ जाएगा, all are possible.